He is like some item issues at the moment that make him a little bit less appealing compared to other heroes.
This was that. I believe this is the really good fight from OG. They're going to buy back Thompson here, and he's going to TP in on the outpost. The start of this fight, the illusions from Soxa are really what's getting them a chance at winning this fight. The Luna illusions are owning Secret in the beginning. They still feel strong, though. They got a couple of kills. They want to keep snowballing. There's that buyback from Thompson. He comes in, they clean up, and now they run down the Mirana.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And it's weird to see the kill difference so stark, considering watching those games, like, or those last clips. Like, Secret was consistently getting advantage slowly over time, and OG was doing an okay job of staying about even, but Sumail only had 4 kills that game. When's the last time his kill totals were that low? And I don't think it's because he played bad. I think it's just because the hero matchups were not super ideal for him, because it was really difficult to fight, and it just felt like nobody on OG really was ultra ready to run into a Luna. Luna just really showed to be the better carry in this patch.
If his hero matchups
10
are not
seconds
ideal,
remaining.
then it is a problem when you 10th pick the hero, right? You're last picking this life
5 seconds remaining.
If you still don't like what you end up with, either your conditions when you had to pick your carry were bad, or there was a better option, right? Like, the only one that comes to mind that could have maybe been interesting in this game would be something like maybe a Juggernaut, where you can get the healing ward and you can outlast the boat, and then you can try to fight back with Omnislash. You also have the magic immunity, similar to Lifesteal's Rage through Blade Fury, so you can counter the fights there. That's a hero OG would have picked a lot in the past. I don't know why they didn't do it here. They just think he's bad, because... Not sure.
They would have also still had the same problem where they had a 1 core versus 2 big cores on the side of Team Secret. We're gonna find out if they might get a couple more strong carries in their lineup other than just the Lifestealer we are in the draft for game number 2. Powered by Betway, we are already into some bans. Team Secret actually this time around up to ban out Wind Ranger, just in case OG wanted to refer back to that one. And Lycan is still in the pool, not yet banned. Keep track on that. Queen of Pain still. Beastmaster still. These 2 teams ban out so many different heroes compared to the rest of the teams we see. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is a little different, that's for sure. The Wind Ranger ban respected. No Soxa shenanigans here. But Nature's Prophet is still here. Beastmaster is still here.
10 seconds.
Chen didn't get picked or banned last game. Queen of Pain is the other one, of course. So we'll see which one Secret lets through.
An Ember Spirit, or did you say that?
Yeah,
Ember
I
Spirit
did not.
Nature's Prophet.
I did get Prophet.
105.
Wow, look at those odds now.
Oh my god.
Oh dear,
Alright,
these
Sin,
odds.
so if I gave you $8, what would you do with that money right now?
Buy a hot dog?
Wow, that's some expensive hot dog.
It is Europe though, right?
I like my gourmet hot dogs purge. I only eat the best sausage.
I see. That's okay. Hot dogs are good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think so. Something that we talk about sometimes when it comes to drafting is when there's a lot of good heroes in the pool, right? These teams are clearly they're target banning players with comfort heroes rather than the meta itself. When you do that, the second pick team's goal is to try to limit the number of really powerful heroes down to a subset of 3 where they can get any 2 and they're happy being in the same lineup, you know what I mean? That is their goal. And now, so who is left now that they banned Beastmaster? There's Queen,
Ember, and
Queen, Ember, Nature's Prophet. I feel like you can combine any of those 2 and you're happy, basically. Any 2 of those 3. So now you could take Quap Ember if you wanted, and I don't think you're gonna feel bad about it. You don't have to do it, of course, but you basically bought yourself a piece of information now by leaving in a lot of good heroes in the pool, and now you need to choose how many of the powerful meta heroes do we want in return for this Nature's Prophet. I wonder what OG will respond to Quap Ember. Like, is there a really good hero against that in Dota right now? Where you're like, ha, gotcha, with our first face pick? Like,
I'm not sure. Maybe like Beastmaster or something.
But he's banned. That's what they set up, right? So I was thinking Meepo is good against both heroes, but you can't really first phase that. And I don't know if OG would want to play it anyway, right? I think Sumail does play the hero? Maybe? Mid one does. We know that. But I don't think mid one wants to play Meepo on 200 ping. So. Alright. they rate Luna higher. That is obviously another one. So that does mean if we do consider Luna as one of the big ones, then there's still 4. Then there was Nature's Prophet, Ember, Quap, and Luna. And Secret, as a result, might end up taking neither, because then they get into a second phase where they can still complement with one of the powerful heroes, what they started at the beginning. So maybe we'll see something like Avenge. We could see the Ogre again. Mirana is in. Could just do the same thing again if they wanted to.
Tree, okay.
Yep. Like we said, trends. Very powerful. So they want to defend their towers against Nature's Prophet, I'm guessing?
Also, they did try to play Treant as the offlaner earlier this week, and I wonder if that was like an idea they had and they feel like they can try it again. Didn't work that time.
Their lineup had some other problems that game.
It did, yeah. It wasn't just that. It was that they had a Tree 3, and then they had like an Enchantress support, and the other support was like Oracle or something defensive too, I think. I don't remember. Something weird like that. It was like overly heal, save ally, defensive, not enough offense. But Tree this game is relatively effective too. You can use it, Bramble Maze, or not Bramble Maze, what's it called? The first skill is pretty effective against the trees to help trade to dive. Yeah, Nature's Grasp, thank you. The other one that makes Tree Roots is pretty effective against the treants in the laning stage if you want to like jump on Nature's Prophet, because not only does it work on the hero, but it's also going to limit the trees from trading as well in those moments that you go for him. And they open Earth Spirit again. It's not. Yeah. It was okay last game. Like there were moments of glory, kind of similar to their match against Nip, I believe, but it didn't quite look as strong as the previous match. So I don't know. Maybe this is just what OG's trying to move with for now. I don't really trust it as really effective just yet. And if they pivot it into a support and they get a drafting advantage as a result and get a counter pick with a different mid hero, then I'm really happy with it. But so far it's been consistently the mid, and it hasn't looked that amazing. So I don't have a huge amount of faith in it yet.
I also think that, I guess they have Nature's Prophet this time, which definitely can transition into a more hard hitter later on as well. By the way, interesting for you guys to note, before this draft, the amount of heroes that we had in terms of strength, agility, and intellect, it was 14 intellect, 13 strength, and 13 agi.
Wow.
So those 3.6% that went for it, even across the board, they're pretty close right now. They're gonna get a lot of points there.
No, what's the split right now then? This is 2 strength, 1 agility, 1 int. So agi is behind by 2? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 14, 13,
Agi
13.
fans, it's not looking good.
Oh man, and this could be the last game as well. So
yeah.
we should figure out by the end of the draft who to cheer for. That way,
we should
completely.
the only thing that decides it is that one prediction.
Okay, so we do have the Batrider ban. We're into the second pick phase. Like, should we still be worried about things like Ember Spirit and stuff, or because they're not picked in the first 2, they're no longer a concern? Or
I definitely think you don't forget about those. Absolutely, Ember is still a viable hero here. They're gonna go for Dragon. Okay, so this is kind of like what Nigma played earlier, the DK Luna. So what looks like really good complements here? Are Secret gonna go like full push and get Chen, or are they gonna go Horus with Venge, or are they gonna go a Mirana again? I like the first 2 more, I think. Chen and VS.
I just feel like right now OG's having damage issues. It was kind of the same story as in the previous match as well. And things like Magnetize are really effective, but once BKBs come out and Manta Styles come out, then it's a lot harder for them to kill the Luna. And that's another thing that's also kind of preventing them from even picking Ember here. Ember against DK looks okay, and it's good against Tree as well, but like the Luna kind of makes it not look like a good pick, right? Because once you get Manta or BKB, then Ember just doesn't feel nearly as scary for a Luna player. Unless you can extend the fights for more than about 10 seconds, then Ember could be good.
Is there any good reason to not get Shadow Demon right now? Like, do you see a pitfall? Like, you have Soul Catcher against Dragon Knight, you have Demonic Purge against Tree Armor, which is an added benefit for sure when you're targeting a carry. You can disrupt the Luna. And
did disrupting Luna even feel that good last game, though? Maybe that was other issues.
It was a primary reason they even had a chance in that 13k gold deficit fight.
But maybe the reason they only barely had a chance was because they had a Shadow Demon.
Did you not feel like Shadow Demon did much that game? Maybe not.
It was pretty good. There was a couple fights where there was 1 or 2 fights where disruption was really good. and Shadow Poison was a factor, certainly. But there was also a couple fights where the illusions just got cleared right away.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, well, there goes our disruption. And some of those disruptions came at slightly inappropriate times, just because it felt like, well, if we don't have illusions, we're not going to win the fight anyway. So I'm not completely sold on it. And once you had butterflies, well, the illusions maybe weren't as big of a vulnerability. So I guess Coddle is simpler, better team fight, better lane push. Can definitely pressure Luna more in lane, damage-wise. So
I definitely agree with the lane push. It seems like OG's plan here is, okay, we see you guys want to ball up and push with your Dragon Knight Luna. We're going to pick big team fight. We're going to pick big wave clear so that we can, first of all, make it difficult for you guys to group up to begin with, because you always need to try to defend against our Fury and Coddle that are just going to push lanes. And if you do manage to get there, we have Illuminate defensively with Blinding Light, and we have the team fight to fight you. So I really like the Coddle over SD for that reason, actually. They're going to get something to try to kill the Disco Ball here. Interesting choice.
I just kind of feel like Secret's getting all the best heroes here a little bit. Any feelings on that? Luna seems amazing. Dragon Knight has been in and out, but Ursa kind of feels like the best upfront in your face carry a little.
Is this
Troll's
an Ursa mid?
All right.
Or DK mid? Like one of Ursa and Dragon Knight has to, like this core combination is pretty unusual. So I think what Secret are maybe thinking here is that, okay, we're going to expect Earth Spirit to be locked into mid. He doesn't necessarily have to be, but we're going to kind of rely on that for now. And if that's the case, that's a really good lane matchup for Ursa. If it doesn't end up being the case, and he does go support, is Ursa great here? He's pretty good against Coddle. He's good against Furion for sure. He can jump out of the trees, and he buys Battle Fury nowadays.
He's a little weak against Troll until later.
We'll see.
But I agree with what you say about the matchup stuff in the mid lane. If it's Earth Spirit, I think Ursa is going to be happy.
Super.
Has to be a little bit careful about getting punched under tower, but he's still got a leap, so...
Yeah.
Ursa apparently has a win rate advantage against Troll. So that's one of those interesting things sometimes where you'd think like, oh, Blinding Light's surely better, but or Whirling Axes lowers his increases his mischance, but he could always pop his ulti. He's got some solutions against it.
You can remove Whirling Axes, and if Troll ultis you, you can ulti back, and then you're kind of, negating a big part of Battle Trance because you have the Enrage running. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting matchup actually.
Maybe
I do feel like Secret has more punching people. Like they can do a lot more damage at the moment, right, than OG?
Yeah, I agree with that. Outside of like small burst moments of like Earth Spirit rolls in while an Illuminate hits a guy and the Prophet ulti comes through. Yeah, I agree. There's way more the ability to like jump in and blow somebody up quick, and that's mostly coming from Ursa, I guess. But depending on how the lane setups are going, I feel like Secret's draft is a lot slower than some of their previous ones to have both Ursa and Luna and Dragon Knight. It feels like, yeah, maybe their lane matchups are good, but how are they going to protect all 2 or 3 of those guys? I feel like one of them's going to have a really bad lane, and then maybe it still works because you can have like Dragon Knight in the front covered by tree, and the other 2 cores can wait for the right moments to go in, but I think Secret's draft is maybe looking too greedy at this point to me, and maybe that's reflected in lanes like you were saying, Sin.
Okay,
keep in mind,
wait.
Yapster can play Luna.
Yes, I was just gonna say, is any of these a support? Like, is there a possibility that any of these is a support? If there's like a total super good last pick, I don't think OG are even considering the option right now that Luna might be support. Like something like Meepo, for example, could have looked pretty incredible here. Sand King makes it a little bit worse, but this is not a bad Meepo game still. It's probably a little bit too wonky, right? Like
it's too greedy.
It's a bit of a stretch, but Secret has pulled off this kind of stuff before, where you're like, man, this draft is way too greedy. But then they just play their lanes well, stabilize the map, and then they get their items and hit the timing. But now, I don't know. I'm not sold on it. I think the Luna is probably still a core. It just seems weird to save a support pick for last in this kind of game, right? So they must probably be considering one of their own picks a flex, and now they end up finally deciding if it is or not. But Treant has to be a support, right? Like, that can't be a core now.
Choose your hero.
I feel like
also, sorry, go.
I was going to say the Sand King kind of feels effective here too. Not too farm heavy, lots of AoE stun against possible grouped cores. He can stay in his lane and keep pushing things out. And now they grab a Queen of Pain.
Last pick co-op.
I don't know.
Last ban Ember, last tick
It is Yeps or Luna. You're right about that. I don't know if it's going to be as effective as a 4. It gave them some draft flexibility, I guess. But the downside is it's not going to feel like as strong of a hero from a 4 position. It's straight up weaker in that role than it used to be. It used to just give raw stats. Now it just gives percentage damage. So for Luna herself, she's not going to contribute as much just by staying alive. Even though Lucent Beam is still really good.
Maybe there's something to be said about a tri-lane with Luna support together with Treant because of how high his base damage is. Maybe the aura matters a lot there.
That's a good point.
You could do something like Luna Ursa Treant lane. Sounds pretty strong. But yeah, I mean, I love to see it. It's super creative. Whether it's gonna look amazing or fall flat, it's gonna be fun. So cool.
It should be fun regardless. I have done the tally, by the way. Whoever did the 3.6%, you need at least another game in order to be able to have a chance of everything being even, because you can't at the moment.
Who's in the lead, Cheever? Tell me.
It's a tie. It is a tie between intellect and strength at the moment.
Okay.
Or intelligence and strength. So I don't know what happens with a tie. Does everybody get points? I hope so. Or we can just have a third game to the series and have a deciding, deciding game. No, hopefully not another time.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yeah, we're going to get to see it from the old Yaps or Luna. He's always been a fan of this. Obviously, Luna, as the panel mentioned, has had some changes since the time when support Luna as a whole was very much a very, well, not a common thing, but people were doing it. What do you
positions? Why not, right? Let's see if he is able to make it work, because it's different. Like you guys were mentioning, it's base damage bonus and base armor bonus. It's not the time of when Yaps was playing it, where I believe it was the attribute bonus when he was doing it for the most part.
I think it was, yeah.
Quite different, but in tri-lane, hey, especially with the tree, like they were mentioning, tree has 91 base damage.
Oh, so you do the maths.
It's like a plus 10 damage easily.
Nice.
Not too bad.
Value right there.
Yeah, so look at Zai's items right now. Looks like he's not decided which lane he's going to yet. Looks like they're just trying to do some scouting right now before they really full decide about their item choices here. Nisha now is delivering his.
What's he getting out?
It's mid items.
Oh, standard stuff, yeah.
Yeah. But it looks like he's going to be versus Sumail mid, so it's a little bit of a tricky kind of play. They're probably like, hey, it's Thompson playing the troll, but it's going to be Sumail playing the NP in the mid. So cool little play there. And we've seen it at Nature's Prophet. We don't see it that much, but NP versus Quap, it's a pretty good matchup for the Nature's Prophet.
Why do you think that we are seeing that sort of switch around? Is that Sumail just being the more confident Prophet player, or?
It just the trick, right? It's just like, oh, Sumail is not going to play mid. It's going to be Thompson mid, so they're probably just trying to trick them up there. I'm sure both of these players could play it. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like this is just a really neat way to trick your opponent, because Thompson always plays mid, and Troll is just much better if he's going to be posted versus a tri-lane or versus a dual lane or whatnot.
Yeah, I like this. Well, here we go. King back to mid. Let's see how it goes.
He should do. I mean, he could do very well in this matchup. You just have you technically have better base damage because you have all these treants all the time for harassment and for hitting.
Yeah, I think he should do fine. I think it's hard as well as the Quap to really sort of commit on him, because anytime you do try and go, as you say, you're going to be taking quite a bit of a punch back.
Ooh, Nisha missed the range creep there on that one with the scream.
Yeah, I'm
Optional miss twice and doesn't get, and then the tree gets denied. Oh, I'm just staring at mid this whole time.
Oh, it's hard not to. As I say, Sumail back to mid. I'm sure a lot of eyes are going to want to be on him to see how he's going to do here today against the Nisha Quap. And of course, once again, that very beautiful Arcana there from Nisha. Seen a couple of Arcana Quaps today. We did see one where they didn't have it, of course. And that game, the Quap lost, right?
The Quap lost. That was, I think, it was Poikfoot playing it when he did not have the Arcana.
Well, it serves him right.
Oh, it changes your denies?
What do you mean? Yeah, you get the little flame.
Denies fiery. Oh, I didn't see that last time.
Oh my God, that's actually fantastic. It's amazing. It's amazing. Dude, wait until you see what it does when you buy a Divine Rapier.
Wait, what?
It doesn't do anything. I'm just hoping
I mean, you would have tested that, though.
Go and queue up pubs and start buying Rapier, because they're like, ODPixel said there'd be a cool effect.
I mean, I just believe you, because you would buy a Rapier. That would be the first thing you do. Be like, Arcana, buying Rapier, I'm ruining games.
Don't do it, kids. Don't do it. I was only joking. It was a joke. Right, anyway, let's have a look at these side lane setups. You say the tri-lane down here. We'll see how much impact this Lunar Aura does have, and if it does get them some kills early on. But as you mentioned, I think it's going to be hard, because it's not like OG's tri-lane's bad, right? It's a pretty solid defensive tri-lane from OG.
I mean, they also have a DK with their tri-lane, so I don't think they're going to be killing much of anything unless... I mean, maybe if he gets a stun at level 3, and then they try doing some aggressive plays, potentially, maybe. But probably pretty unlikely, as we're already seeing a lane swap. Matu going aggressive onto mid one. Puppey makes his move toward top, breaking the lane a little bit here. As we see mid one, he's cutting the waves, because he doesn't want to actually lane directly versus that Ursa.
Okay. Oh, this is quite nice as well, isn't it? As the mid prophet against a Quap. You know, this hero that you know is going to be dishing out consistent harass on you, just having the ability to TP back and return to lane very easily. You know, whenever you're against an enemy mid that's going to be as aggressive as a Quap, that benefit is just, it's huge.
Yeah, Sumail's going to win this matchup pretty hard, actually. Just the resource war. You see that Nisha's out of mana. He can't actually apply pressure, so now the last hits are just going to crush him. Yeah,
look at these CS. 11 and 12 on Sumail, 5 and 6 on Quap. And honestly, I think that's it. It's really it's a bit of both, right? This is Sumail. You know, he's an incredibly strong mid laner when it comes to the technical aspect of the 1v1.
Top lane.
And the fact that Prophet is going to have that edge against Quap.
Ooh. Matu almost at risk of dying there. Is able to hop away before he gets hit by the boulder smash. Lots of salves going off up top. But yeah, I mean, like we said, this is something that it's a matchup that people haven't done too often, but it is known. People do know that NP versus Quap in the past, really how strong it can be.
Now, how's the farm looking on our carries on both sides? Thompson, 18 and 4 down here.
He's doing great.
Atu, 19 and 3. Yeah, neither side really falling that far behind. It really is just that mid lane where the difference stands at the moment.
Yep, and you see these gloves of haste that Sumail picked up right away when he TP'd back are really making a big difference. Look how his fast attack animation versus the Quap is just securing him so many extra last hits.
Anisha having to heavily rely on the scream to get it, but as you can see, he's gone through all the mana. He's got no mana left upon him. He does manage to farm just enough to get that bottle out, so the bottle will be coming out and on its way, and Nisha, he's going to need to do his best to keep control of the runes to make sure that he can continue to use the nukes to secure CS against Sumail and his treants.
Puppey with the heads up TP, but Saksa, because of that arcane rune, he does have the rolling boulder up again. Able to set up for that kill and stop the TP.
Down bottom, Thompson tried to have a bit of a go on to Yapso. Did bring him very, very low there. But a point in the Dragon Tail stun from Zai stops Thompson from being able to get away with killing off the support Luna.
Yep, just such a strong dual lane with OG here. Zai, he's just going to be able to casually get some farm, but not to the same extent of that troll. And Yapster's not going to be able to help much at all. Looks like they're trying to claim themselves the bounty. Looks like Nisha will fill up his bottle.
And up top, you know, Matu. He's getting farm, but he does have to be cautious. Mid one and Sax have been looking a few times to see if they could get dive into him underneath the tower. It's going to be hard now, though, with this wave coming in. Matu just a wave away from having the 6. And at that point, he's going to feel pretty safe just being left on his own here. Very hard to dive a bear when he has the Enrage ready.
Mid one, do they have detection? They have a dust. 2 of them are in the area here. Here we go. Saving the Lucent Beam as long as he can, because the TP is going to happen if he uses it right away. But it means they can't actually set up or have enough damage to go for it. And oh my god.
See you later, nerds. He shoots and he scores.
See you later, nerds.
From
Perfect chat oil.
With those bounces, he aims it perfectly.
The bait play right there. That was, I mean, they were playing it right, how they held the Lucent Beam, but they did not, they forgot about that quick level 6 on NP.
Dude, Sumail is loving life right now. He's had a dominant mid lane performance. He gets that kill mid lane. The Rollins onto Nisha. Nisha, the blink's still on cooldown.
The illusion rune.
The illusion rune, and will now be able to turn onto Saxa. Yapsa coming in with the TP, and that will allow them to turn, kill off Saxa, and Nisha will be fine. He's able to bottle back up.
But Sumail, like you said, very happy.
Yeah.
As looks like he's going to rush an Orchid, as kind of expected when he's playing versus a Ursa, when he's playing versus Quap. Just excellent pickup. That silence is going to be really strong. And he's off to such a good start, so he should have pretty good timing on it. And with this NP, the other also pretty big thing is that as we mentioned, like the way that you can do the lane, but now Queen of Pain's kind of role is you're going to be setting up and looking to gank around the side lanes. Nature's Prophet can always just teleport to join, or just continue pushing the mid lane and force you to react back. So a lot of different options that Sumail can do in response to what Nisha wants to.
Down bottom. The undisturbed farm of Topson will continue. Up top, they're trying for Puppey. Puppey, again, it's another Nature's Wrath that causes the death of him as Sumail just continues to pick up these global kills from the mid. Second one in a row there. Each time the ult's available, they're always looking for opportunities to allow Sumail to go for it. In fact, he's going for Nisha. Nisha has got the blink. He is out of there, and there's backup. Yapsaw, as well as multiple TPs coming in. Sumail having to be a little careful. They've also got Zai sweeping around him. In secret, I think they're starting to realize, you know, we've got to do something about this Prophet.
But what do they do? Their two supports don't really do much of anything in this game. It's a Luna and a tree. It's just very hard for them to really help out the lanes at all. The Luna has Tranquil Boots and you throw a Lucent Beam and then that's it. Tree and Protector, you're not really contributing too much either. And you're level 2 on Tree, only level 3 on the Luna. Meanwhile, level 4 on the Keep It Alight. Earth Spirit approaching level 4 as well.
Topson trying to chase down Puppey a little bit.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Again, still
attack.
on his own, so no follow-up to continue to chase Puppey deeper into his jungle. Mid lane, Yapsaw and Nisha hovering around the side. Nisha with the Arcane Rune, level 7. He's good to go if he wants to try and jump and burst a target.
I like how Zai decided to just ult and just come mid. I think that was one of the big moves that they've done so far. He's gotten more than half of the damage on the tower too. He doesn't, I mean, bottom he can't even get to the tower probably versus that troll, so this was the best option that he could use and utilize that ultimate. Because Matumben's just free farming top, so no point in going up there. As it will be, of course, that Battle Fury build, he's queued it up.
Yeah, we'll see what sort of way Topson goes with his itemization. He's going to queue up the Manta first.
He needs it this game versus Tree. He's gonna rush it. Too good. Too many things he can dispel off and play around with that.
Lane. No,
Top.
so just working on the D push. Top, they're diving. Seeing if they can find Matu, but he's able to jump his way out of there. Sumail will come in and offer up his efforts to push some pressure onto the tier 1 tower and start to take away this area of the map that Matu has been left alone with for the most part of this first 9 minutes.
Secrets? I'd imagine they react to this though, especially because like their outpost top is not taken. Okay, Puppey will notice that one there. They have about 30 seconds still.
See you later, nerds.
A backup is on the way in case further pressure comes in onto Matu.
Yep.
Puppey and Yapsaw ready to offer up their services to help Matu fight if he wants to mid one. And he's going to pop the Sandstorm. Dust is out upon him. He still has the Burrow Strike. Will turn aggressively with the Burrow Strike onto Matu, but mid one's going to die for that. I feel like it would have been much better to use that Burrow Strike to escape, and he dies. At the same time, Topson on the bottom half of the map looks like with the help of Sumail was able to kill off Zai, get that DK out of this area, and Sumail quickly resumes pressure on mid, summons up the treants and starts to hammer down onto the tier 1.
And Nisha during all that, Nisha was actually just farming inside of the enemy triangle just to wait for the bounty rune as, oh, Saksa, he rolls forward to grab the creep wave. Can Lucent Beam go off? Oh, it cannot.
Quite in time. Mid lane Nisha. Well, he blinked in for this. He wanted No-Tail. He got it. Does commit the ult there to kill off the No-Tail support.
Zai has ult, so they want to be able to push it directly down afterwards. That's actually pretty good usage there. Even though it's just that little support, they want to get a tower out of it, so that's the big objective.
I mean, Sumail wants to hold. He knows the mid one's swinging across to mid. Nisha has to blink away. They're not going to get it. OG's going to be able to push them back off this.
The Yapsaw now also hits level 6 bottom. Immediately queuing up the Ags. So that's going to be the choice of the build for him there. Don't know what other items he really would go for. It's Yapsaw, so he's got to go for something greedy. So you imagine it's going to be something of that style. Mid.
Trying to hold on to this tower, but OG, they've got the 4 of them here. Sumail beating down upon it, fortification for the moment, but it comes to an end. Sumail, he'll finish it off. The tower goes down. OG able to hold on to their tier 1 and take that of Secrets as OG now, 11 minutes in, they hold the lead.
How's Sumail? And they've seen Sumail. They've seen that Oblivion Staff is finished in his inventory, so they know 100% that that Orchid is coming. See that it's a Yule's already put into the slot for Nisha. So he can deal with that. And let's see what moves OG decides to make, because right now they have a pretty good window without Sonic Wave up that they can make these aggressive moves quite easily.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Easier
attack.
natural ways for them to push towers too, because they have a Troll Warlord, so they can just beat on towers with that plus NP. While on the side of Secret, they have to rely on the DK form really to hit those towers early.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So it's going to have again in 20 seconds, so nobody comes down here. Could start to have a bit of a poke away at the tier 1 bottom of OG's. Also with Matu and Yapsor swinging by, they'll be ready for any response from OG. OG, they'll stick up top, take the tier 1, and they'll start to move on to this tier 2. Nisha, Sonic Wave back in 10 seconds. Secret could look to try and put together a fight around this tower. See if they want to come and hold this. Puppy's here as well.
They really want to try to push tower bottom as well. Mid one is being a big nuisance though, as he's cleared out the creep waves very quickly. Nisha Thompson actually pops the ult. He's in.
That was an early ult, but hey, it's working. It's going to kill off Puppy, but now he's in deep and he's in without an ult. He's trying to run, but the Sonic Wave burst brings him down low. He's got Nisha jumps over towards No-Tail, and that was
a really early ult, right?
I mean, did he fat
See you
finger
later,
it?
nerds.
Because he was on
I don't know.
he just
See you
popped the
later,
ult.
nerds.
He used Whirling Axes and then just, like, he just started charging right away. That was... All right, well...
He killed Puppy. He killed Puppy, but he's dead.
Yeah, they forced a lot of reaction top as well, but Zai immediately, he goes straight to mid, and he looks like he should just be able to get this tower for free. He's a little spooked, but it will tick. Oh, it's a deny.
Easy deny for No-Tail.
And Yapsor being chased.
He's running. He's got to have some serious jukes here to get out of this, and there's no jukes to be had. Easy kill. Samael will take that. Thank you very much. 3-0-2. That's the money. Orchid's done, and it's on its way out. 13 minutes in for the mid-profit.
Woo, that is fast. There's a Q's already finished up for the Queen of Pain, so Nisha can play around it, but none of the other heroes really can. In particular, that Ursa is one of the big ones we're going to be watching, as Enrage gets countered pretty hard if you get that on him first. Can't actually pop it. Yeah, that is really early. And look at his damage. He has the plus 25 damage talent too. Look at that. 165 per hit. Took the Orchid on top. He's up to 195 per attack.
Well, No-Tail. Can Samael save No-Tail? He can't. Go for the deny. No, not going to get a chance to. Nisha getting No-Tail as No-Tail tried to make the trip into their jungle. Now, bottom Matu's progress on the Battle Fury. It's just a broadsword away. Battle Fury's going to be there in solid timing. Nisha after the yours, going for the blade mail. I like it, you know, it's very much a game where, you know, where if like the ult's being popped on Troll, the SK, the Urspit, they're all doing a lot of uncontrollable damage to Nisha, and also a lot of the times where the Prophet's going to want to stand his ground Samael and just punch into Nisha if Nisha blinks it aggressively. He's got to think twice about it now if the blade mail's there. I
think this is like he can play around now around the silence a little bit more once he does get that. He doesn't have to always use himself. He can actually just blade mail and pop and hold his ground like you're saying. Bounty runes. OG positioning aggressively down bottom. Won't be able to catch his eye there. But should be able to turn this into an okay push down bottom with all 5 of them set up. Such a close and even game with the movements too. Like 6-6, exact same number, and the way that they're kind of mirroring each other is just awesome to see.
Can not get closer than this right now. Ooh, mid one. Find the jump onto Zai. Revs up the epicenter. They're going to have a whole lot of magic damage to bring down the Dragon Knight, and they'll get him. Samael TP's in, goes with the silence onto Yapsor. Look at that right click. He's going to pop to the Soulbound. There he goes. Luna down. Samael continuing to dominate. Even another roll forward from Saxa, seeing if he finds anyone in the trees, but Secret are out to the side.
Yeah, 200 per attack on Samael. It's no joke.
He's got another catch. He goes in with the bow strike. The Will-O-Wisp is going to pull back the 2 of them into the slow of Saxon's bow. Pop the overgrowth, but he's already dead. They've got the control of Matu as well. OG. They take down another 2 as the space is there for them to push onto this tier 2 tower before being dead. Treants going to work. Fortification will clean them up, and they will actually back away with some of them respawning, but quick moves there from OG warrants them 4 kills back-to-back, and Samael's game, and of course, as well as that Thompson's, you know, this time round, it's OG with the 2 cores that are leading the way.
Yeah, and phenomenal way that they persist forward in that one. They get the perfect Will-O-Wisp with the Orchid that comes out on the Ursa, so they can chase forward and go for that kill.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Awesome move from Secret, coming out as a unit.
It's tough for them. They don't have the same forms of initiation until Zai has a Blink Dagger, because Mid One got his so early on. They have much easier ways to just jump in and start the fight on OG. And I mean, it's Matumba. He's gone for this Battle Fury build. So I think that's where OG, they're probably gonna look and be like, he needs to farm a bit before he's that scary actually, because this just allows him to just farm faster. But if they can just continue the pace and keep running at them, they might not allow him to get many more items.
No, for sure. I mean, we saw just then how crippling like the silence follow-up can be. If they get one jump on him with Mid One's Burrow Strike into a silence, it's just going to be a repeat of what we saw then.
Yeah, and there's more than one, just one silence. It's the Orchid as well as that Earth Spirit.
Yeah, Matt's got to be very careful. Farm very cautiously until he has at least the next item on top of the Battle Fury.
And he doesn't have any, like, anything else really ramping him up or defending him. Sure, I guess he's got the living armor and the medallion from Puppey, but he doesn't have any of these auras that we've been seeing a lot of the times with the Lunas.
And no solid save.
Sorry. No other things to like amplify him up. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, like a Bloodlust or Avenger.
Yeah, exactly.
And to the pit they go. OG. And Secret, they just don't really have the lineup to run in and contest this.
No, they can just do this with two.
Yeah.
No tail sitting in the area, but look at the other ones. Saksa and Mid One are actually hunting at the same time as this.
They're going to get a kill. Puppey's out alone into the silence. Puppey's trying to run to the safety of the trees, but he can't get into them. So getting a kill on the map, taking Roche at the same time. OG really starting to feel their flow here in game 2. As Topson will grab the Aegis. With that kill also closing in on the money for his BKB on top of the Manta.
Such quick decision making there by OG. How can Secret respond here? They're in the area. They're going to look for no tail.
And they're probably going to find him. They do. Blow him up immediately. Can they do anything about Topson? They'll try, but Topson quick with the Manta start to dodge the dagger. Will run out. Saxa, he actually rolls in aggressively. Gets the silence in onto Zai, but Saxa, I'd say that was a wild initiation that ends up in his death. I don't think anyone was going to follow him up on that one.
No, he doesn't even have a tower or anything there. So, a little crazy there by him, but a great jump forward. Secret identifying that they can look for that. And can they turn it into anything though? Looks like it's just going to be them backing up and farming. And Matu, he's being forced to go for the BKB this game. He can't go for the S and Y, just a status resist build. It's all magic damage that he's playing versus. 80% of his damage that he's taken has been magic and those silences.
Yeah, too many silences for sure. He just can't get the ult off in most of the situations. Top. The setup, Samel's coming in with a TP. Puppey. It's not going to get caught by the Sprout. Master of the Trees will be able to play to their help, and now they back with the turns. I guess the stun, but the Will-O-Wisp is out. Big Nature's Wrath comes crashing through, kills off Puppey. They'll turn towards Zai. Thompson's on top of the Luna. Yapsor's gone. Double kill for Saxa. They clean up Zai as well. OG, they are starting to steamroll over Secret here now with this momentum they have going. 20 minutes in, they're taking this top tier 2, and they can go for more.
It looked like Secret were anticipating maybe more people to follow up with it or something like that, but... Because Nisha doesn't actually have a TP, or he didn't have one. It was maybe used. I actually didn't get to see what happened down there, because that was... It looked like they were preparing for a better fight, but they just got completely destroyed up there.
Yeah. And it as well, it's just fascinating how... I mean, I guess it doesn't really come as too much of a surprise that this switch around in positions is working that well for OG because of, you know, Samel being Samel and Topson being Topson. But it's working that well. Samel is having an insane game as the mid-prophet, and Topson's farm, it couldn't be better. He's top of the net worth as the troll. His BKB, it's going to be coming out on top of the Manta at just 20 minutes in. They're hitting some fantastic timings playing their lineup in this composition.
They could look to actually just go to end the game pretty soon. Don't let the Ursa get any type of time to get that farm built up with this item choices. Like the BKB, the Manta, he's got everything he needs to counter the tree, the disables, and all the burst damage that can come out from Secret. See how Secret plays around it. There's still 2 minutes left on that Aegis, so let's see what Puppey chooses to do.
Let's see, does he want to go on this? As I say, that BKB, Manta, Aegis, Topson has so many ways to save himself. He's sticking around, really wants to get this tower done, and he'll get it. Tower goes down, Secret not seeing a chance to get in on the back. They're trying to prepare for Sumail TPing in, but Sumail's not going to fall for it. He's going to in fact TP in deeper into the jungle. There'll be the roll forward. Saxa, he's been caught. They'll get the magnetize out, but gets blown up by the Sonic Wave, but that is the Sonic Wave down for the Spirit support. And now OG, they could turn and fight. They know there's no Sonic Wave, there's no massive ult to blow them back. They kill off Sai, over to Yapzor, trapped in the Sprout. It's another 2 kills to Topson and Sumail apiece there.
Ooh, that's when you're feeling very concerned for Secret. They have to blow a Sonic Wave just to kill the Earth Spirit in time because they know the rest of the teammates will get there quickly. But I feel like that's how they have to play, right? Because they want to just be able to try to get any of these pickoffs to try to slow OG down so that they can try to catch back up. They need a lot more of these. But Nisha does have an item finished up now too. He's got the Shivas, I think, done. And the BKB is finished up for Matumba, so they do have a fighting force back. But OG doing a great job of controlling the map.
Really are Sumail. I mean, you got to imagine once the AC is done on Sumail, that's going to be the point where OG really do just have all the auras to push up to high ground, start hammering at the tier 3s. And what's sort of the stage of Matu's farm where we are? Yeah, okay, BKB done. Now, I mean, but do you, when you go for the BKB after the Battle Fury, do you still go for the status resist build?
No, go
or do you go okay, Basher Abyssal.
He needs Basher this game versus... I think you need it anyway when you're playing versus Troll Warlord. Otherwise, the matchup is just gets to a point where it's too difficult for you to actually hold your ground and fight. So I think he just needs to go Basher Abyssal to have a chance.
Oh, and I like this as well from Topson. After the BKB Manta, just raw damage. Straight Daedalus.
Okay, cool.
I mean, at that point, good luck trying to win any sort of, 1v1 with the Troll. Then, even if you're an Ursa, you're just going to get torn apart by the damage from the crits and the frequency you're hitting. You're going to land a lot of them. Up top, see Saxa rolling in. Matu's actually able to jump over him there. He's rooted. They'll all sort of stand and watch him. He's able to roll to the side, though. Again, Saxa's just going to get away from them. Secret, they're not really able to start this fight at all. They'll look towards Sumail. Sumail goes for the BKB and the TP out, and he's away. He is away, down bottom, Nisha. He'll find No Tail. So Secret able to get something out of this. But they don't get the core kills. OG's able to safely disengage.
Yeah, without Puppey there, it's really hard for them to go for any type of further catch versus those BKBs, especially in that top lane that we saw there. Zai, he can jump in and get a follow-up stun, but Yapzor doesn't contribute much of anything in this game, as he is just a walking 4-point aura and a Lucent Beam in most of the situations.
Saxa, he's onto Nisha. They've got the Burrow Strike, they've got the follow-up stun, and with the damage between the two of them, there's still the opportunity for the Yules, but he's so low. There's the other stun, the rolling boulder, timed perfectly by Saxa. Yapzor will move in with the Eclipse, but Sumail and Saxa, they just collapse onto this dragon. Zai will fall. Matu, he's trying to get Sumail, and he will get him. Sumail does go down. Topson able to get away from this all as he's running. They cannot chase him. Mid one's here to cover the escape for him. So Secret they lose to, but they do get that big old kill. They're finally, for the first time this game, able to kill Sumail.
And they actually almost got Topson. I was just like kind of, half memeing about Yapzor, and his Eclipse actually almost ends up killing the Troll Warlord because of his battle trance. Matu getting a big kill though. He needed that one. That's going to push him toward that Basher, so he can actually be able to fight a little better. Mid one. Might look to still jump here.
Back up a Saxa, also Topson right by him. Put the Crystallis out, so damage is there. Matu trying to head towards them. They have the sentry down, mid one. Oh, he's got to run. He's got to run. He'll have Burrow Strike again in a second thanks to the buff of No Tail. No Tail able to push them back, but Yapzor still finds the Lucent Beam.
Okay. Punching back a little bit, pushing him away.
He's got BKB and Manta. Troll line 22nd, but they've got great chain stun into the Sonic Wave. They push him down. He pops the Manta. He's trying to run, but he knows he can't. Won't use the BKB. Would not have saved him. They had the physical damage to beat him down, and no battle chance to rely on. Still on cooldown for 10 seconds. Another big kill for Secret there. They're managing to kill the course. We saw them kill Sumail down there on the bottom half, and then they moved over. They killed mid one, they killed Topson, and then not done. Jump forward with the Dragon Tail onto Saxa. They'll surround the Earth Spirit, yules him up into the Shiva's Guard slow. Secret punching back hard. They may have been knocked down for the first 25 minutes of this match, but they hit back hard. It's now their turn to start taking some towers away from OG's half of the map.
I mean, that's absolutely massive. Look at Matoma. He had just finished the BKB before all these type of situations went down. He's got the Basher. He's on his way to it. Actually, he's level 21 as well now, too. Trying to get away here with this Invis rune. Mid one.
Sprout him. And he's still got the BKB and the ult. And he knows it. He's going to start poking towards them. He says, get off me.
Yeah, huge sequence of events though in these last few moments for them to get that farm, because that's what Secret wants to do, is slow the pace of the game down for Matumba to use his farm, use this Battle Fury at its best. Those are just massive moments for them.
And we've seen it many times before. And Matu, if he is able to get this sort of period where the game slows, he kicks into action, full farm, he can just become this incredible late game beast.
Yeah, and even like Yapsora, you know, I was making fun because he just had the one item. After that, now he picked up the point booster, and now he almost has the third piece. And once he has the full Aghanims, that's where his potential, that's where this whole pick comes into play, where he can actually just throw that nuke off into the back lines and kill these heroes that don't actually have magic immunity.
And it's just, you know, it's the fact that sure, there are BKBs, but Zion with the instant Dragon Tail and follow-up, they've got lockdown to make sure they don't come out instantly. We'll see the fight kick off. Zion jumps forward, they'll turn over towards him. Thompson popping the ult, starting to go towards Matu, but Matu's got the ult himself. Bashes Thompson, wasting a fair bit of the ult. Thompson will be able to change target, but he still dies at the end of it. Thompson's down. There'll be a buyback from Zai's Secret. They want to keep this fight going, knowing that there's no troll. See if they can chase anyone else. Nisha blinking forward. He should be able to close the gap onto No-Tail. No-Tail go for the TP out. Nisha won't have anything to cancel it. Doesn't quite get the vision for the Yules. So not able to find anything with the Zai buyback, but still as the overall game goes, they're killing Thompson. They're finding these kills, Secret.
Actually go for a Chrysalis on the troll rather than going for a Basher.
Oh, mid for Nisha. He's dead. Now with Sumail's BKB, he can take another Zai. Remember, he just bought back. He cannot afford to go down, but Midbon's caught him with a bow strike. They will force him to the side. Zai will live. Matu stepping forward with the Enrage. But now with no Enrage and no BKB for 10 seconds, he's a little bit weak. He's a little bit vulnerable. Midbon's got the bow strike back in play. Goes forward. Buff up from No-Tail. Matu jumps back, but the Sprout, it holds him into the silence. On the side, Sax has been found by the Dragon Tail. They're dealing with the Earth Spirit, but they need to get to Matu. Matu needs their help. No, they jump off with the Earth Shock. But Midbon, he's in. The control, the setup with the Yule Scepter. Dragon Tail turn onto Midbon. Matu goes with the lifesteal, the bash. He beats down onto the Sand King, gets the kill. Matu will survive, and OG will be beaten back by Secret despite killing off Nisha at the start of the fight.
Matu's just... I was saying he didn't have too many things that they can throw onto him, but this living armor is actually making a pretty big difference. He's just got this 8 bonus armor and that extra little regen that he can actually just stand toe-to-toe with the Troll Warlord, and we're seeing this Chrysalis build. I was mentioning it before the fight started. He can't actually do the normal part where you just battle trance and you just beat the Ursa, because the Ursa's just bashing you, and your crits are not holding him down. You're actually not getting any crits because you're disabled. Now, though, they're trying to seize an opportunity.
Does speed up the rush. You know, you got that extra bit of DPS for the big old target. So Roche taking it is quicker. They're heading over. Zai could go for a jump here. You know you want to see it. Is he going to be able to do it? It's getting low. Free fire in. He's stepping forward. Roche is falling low. Can Zai take the steal? He can't. OG, they get the Roche kill. They get the Aegis picked up on Thompson. And they instantly turn and take down the Dragon Knight. Matu, he's been silenced. He's in trouble. The Enrage is coming to an end. His BKB is still on cooldown for 5 seconds. He's not fit to fight as he's taken out. Puppey is found on the high ground. OG, they get Roshan, the Aegis, and 3 kills to boot as Secret take an awkward confrontation around the Roshan.
No BKB available for Matu. I was surprised they actually showed up to try to go for that fight when they didn't have it available for him. Yeah. OG taking the heads-up play to go for that one and kind of bait Secret over there. Now back up to that 7K gold lead. It was starting to swing into Secret's favor almost, but big move for them now as they can hit the high ground too at this AC.
Zai's not got buyback. Matu, of course, he's, you know, it's going to feel pretty bad for him if he has to buy back. He's dead for 45 seconds. It'll be a bit of a kick to his net worth.
Living armor plus this glyph. Not actually throwing the living armor again. Looks like he's saving it. Oh, they actually have a repair kit too. Plus living armor.
And that repair kit's gone.
It's gone.
Pretty much damage with the further stacks building up. This repair kit offering no safety to these buildings as OG, they take the top melee racks over towards the mid lane they go. Matu, yeah, he just can't buy back. He doesn't want to. It feels like his game would take too much of a hit. So he's just having to sit back and watch these buildings get taken down. Another tier 3 onto a second set of racks. They'll back off for now, respecting the respawn of the bear, but OG, they certainly got the damage done. Sonic Wave,
okay.
Does clip the Aegis. Can they do it a second time? They are moving into position, Puppey. But Midbon, he's just going to turn, sees Puppey step outside of the base, and Puppey's forced back to the high ground. Will live. Roll forward, Saxa, he's diving in and he gets it. Oh my goodness, it worked out. He went straight up to the high ground, he did straight back out as well. Saxa's not even going to die. Matu puts the BKB in the range, he does manage to get the bash onto the troll, but Thompson himself, he has the paddle charge, pops it, he's moving in deep. Still has the Manta to rely on, but with no BKB, no ult, no Aegis, he'll fall. Mid-1 jumps in, but there isn't the backup with Thompson already dead. Mid-1's just committed to his own death by the looks of it. He'll Yules up into the sky, but the three of them surround him. Zai hits him with the Dragon Tail on the way back down. And Secret, they will manage to kill off a couple of the big boys on OG off the back of that defense and can now start to push back out themselves. This game continues to go on, not quite yet over despite OG getting that Rax. This very well could still have a turnaround in favor of Secret as they jump in. No Tail's gone. 3 dead. This is a good window to put their pressure on.
They're looking for more too. Zai can't actually get the stun. That was all because Sox actually committed forward for that.
He just went in.
They jumped forward to try to help him out. He dies, and then the troll gets kited around because of the way they played around it, and Nisha respawns during all of it. And now back the other way for a moment here.
I feel like, you know, Saxon is just sort of taking a page out of Thompson's spirit from last game. You know, he's like, we like to go in on Earth Spirit. I mean, you can definitely feel the correlation between the way these boys like to play on Earth Spirit. They just love to go in.
Yeah, now the biggest item that you can pick up on the Ursa, so you don't have to worry about the mobility and all that, the Abyssal is done. So that increased form of BKB piercing lockdown is there for the side of Secret. Yeah, it's the gold is just swinging back and forth with that experience as well. The Rax is taken top, which is a great thing for OG to have, especially when they have a Nature's Prophet. But the fights, you can see they're kind of back and forth here.
Man, it's, you know, Secret's cause as well. They don't, you know, they don't struggle too much with the stronger creeps. They can push waves very easily. You know, with its Battle Fury Ursa build and with the AoE, the Glaze from Yapsor, lots of ways to deal with that lost Rax. So, you know, so not the end of the world at all for Secret.
Yeah, they're smoked up here. They're looking for an opportunity to catch somebody. Can't quite catch the Earth Spirit too far forward. If they catch the Earth Spirit, that's huge. Saksa used his buyback before, so he would be dead for upwards of 90 seconds if he did go down.
Wants to jump. Oh, he's in. He's found him. Mid-1 was trying to hide in the safety of the pit. He still manages to get out with the burst strike. Yules up. He's going to live. The Will-O-Wisp is down, and Thompson, he steps in onto Yapsor. Starts to beat down the Luna. The Luna goes down. Saxa rolls in. He has the control on the Puppy. It's 2 quick kills for the side of OG. Over to Zai they go. Now Zai, he's the one trapped in the pit. Sumail stands his ground with the BKB. Beats him down. The Sonic Wave will push them back, but Zai cannot survive. Saxa staying on top of Nisha. Nisha able to blink once more to escape. Now over into the jungle. Matu, what's he got left to pop? He's still got the BKB in the ult, and he has the backup of Yapsor. Yapsor also has his ult ready to go, and out it goes. There's the Eclipse speeding down on the Saxa.
They get Thompson.
He's dead. They get the kill, but there's the commitment. Sumail comes in, and he's got the Hex to save the day. Hex is the bear. Matu is down and out for a minute and a half. No buyback on that bear, as he did go in with the investment. Spending in to get what the Abyssal Blade done. He's 900 short of buyback. He's gone for a long time.
I think that fight started out with Ursa. I believe Matu TP'd back to the base as soon as it started. So when they went in, they actually didn't have the numbers when they went for mid-1. And then OG surrounds them with everything. And I see Matamba Man running across the map. And mid-1 actually interferes with him and stunned him and slowed him down before he could get there in time. So they were just a bit split up there. Secret, maybe some slight miscommunication there, as the Ursa had TP'd back as soon as they went on mid-1. But Thompson does die. I mean, that Ags, he did run to his death inside of that Eclipse.
The Aghanims Luna, it's always going to hurt. You saw that Yapsor just playing it very smart, waiting till all the BKB charges are gone before throwing it out and getting himself the kill.
Yeah, hits level 20 now too, so he gets the plus 100 Lucent Beam damage, so it's that much stronger.
Towards the mid they focus. OG holding their half of the river here. Nisha, they've just got to try and get in that solo XP. He's very close to having the all-important 25 on the Queen of Pain, where he's going to be able to have that fear mechanic.
And he'll have his own Hex in a very short amount of time too. A little bit of extra control for himself. Now we see Sumail. He hits the level 25, so he's got that global 0 teleport cooldown. Gonna be able to apply pressure all over the place here, and we will probably see the lanes always on the side of Secret for the next few moments, unless they can get some type of big fight to push it.
Smoke up from OG. Mid one, Motel and Saxa. They're the killing crew out on the prowl. Sumail ready to join forces as he's toying with the idea of TPing top. They want to look for Zai maybe. Zai not going to stick around any longer than he needs to up top after cleaning out the wave. Got a lot of backup right by his side. Very hard for them to invade the high ground quite yet. Sumail is also happy holding on as he's just about 800 short of having an MKB done on top of his AC, Hex, I mean everything. This Prophet is insanely farmed, having a brilliant game.
Yeah, I wonder how much he decides if he wants to save for buyback in the next few moments, because he's kind of far away from that one too. 1200.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he can buy back and TP back in most of the time. So
I mean, he's buying the other bits, but I mean, you're right. If Sumail does commit, then that is a risk. That is a risk.
Nisha's the only person in the game at the moment with buyback. Now no till as well. Everybody else kind of decent chunk of gold away from it. Matu so close to level 25 as well. They're trying to make sure that he gets that.
They need these 25s to make all the difference.
Yeah, the Ursa one isn't so massive, but yeah, everything makes a little bit of difference. I think the +3 this game can have its argument as the jump bit.
They're going to try and poke, but Zai's in the Dragon Tail. The Will-O-Wisp grabs the Fury. The Sonic Wave does push back the 3. Sumail pokes the BKB. Saxa rolls in again onto Matu. Matu's been forced to both in range and BKB. Thompson comes in, he gets the bash to control. Matu's dead. Dead for 95. No buyback. And this time, OG, they've still got the full squad alive to push on with Saxa on the high ground, getting beat down upon by Nisha. Zai jumps in with the Dragon Tail. Saxa will fall. They get something in response. 1 for 1.
Great wave almost. They actually almost got Matumba before he was able to even get the enrage off because of that Hex coming out from Sumail. Does end up getting it off, getting away, but we saw that range form swap there. Nice play by Thompson. The bash, the range bash coming out.
And there's that lovely old item, the leveler. I will imagine that's where either Thompson or Sumail's going to want to get a hold of that.
I think probably Sumail in this one, just because Thompson already has the Orb of Destruction.
Yeah. I think you're right.
He already has enough attack speed, right? He can already stick on a target. I feel like that one's just much more beneficial for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has it.
Oh, yep. It's probably one of... I mean, that's probably the best item on a Prophet, right? Is there anything else you want a tier 4 on a Prophet?
I don't think so.
Insane amount of attack speed. It's so much attack speed.
Yeah, especially with the build that he has too, with MKB, with like Orchid. He actually hits insanely hard. 385 damage per hit with this attack speed. It's nuts.
Roshan, it's going to be up in a minute and a half, so a little bit longer on the respawn of that one. You can see obviously Sumail constantly with the TP no cooldown, just checking it out. It's going to leave a Treant in there. OG very likely to just wait for that before they try and push up to the high ground once again. They know they're strong, they know they're ahead, so they're not too worried about waiting that extra minute or so before they look to try and get closer to ending the game.
Nisha's still holding his buyback. He has the gold to finish up the Hex if he wants to. He also has picked up a pretty damn good item if he does get that Hex soon. That Timeless Relic. Extra little debuff duration. Always going to be a good item on the Quap too, just to amplify your spells up by that much. But yeah, they're trapped in their base. As we see, that's what's going to happen. You're versus 25 NP. It's going to keep everything pushed in onto your side.
Nisha, the shop, is he going to... Yeah, he doesn't want to buy it. Or does he? I mean, I think buybacks are so important, especially in a game like this where it could still go either way. Despite the lead that OG has, we've still seen Secret being able to trade with them in the fights.
Yeah, I mean, hexes can always change a game. Because if they get a hex and then they get, let's say, an eclipse on top of it, they could just kill anybody in the game with that kind of combo. They get the follow-up lockdown, so...
And he's got,
always a lot.
He's got both now. Hex is done, buyback still saved up for by Nisha.
He can do a lot of control coming out from Nisha, right? The Hex with the Timeless Relic, and he also has the Scream Fear. He could do a lot of damage there. Roche back up though, and that will be a Refresher Shard, Aegis, and Cheese.
You give him the shard over too. No tail for a couple of the Wisps.
I thought it would be no tail, but let's see. Yeah, Sumail's like, take it. Yeah, he's like, come on, man.
I mean, sure it's nice to play for double Hex and stuff, but that's a lot of buttons, even for a man like Sumail. He's got to keep his right-click items in his inventory, and the cheese. Mid one. Take a bit of a breather here as he's out of the game. Hopefully we'll be back pretty shortly. Wait, what? Yeah, wait, do do the console thing. You know how to do that, don't you? Do the ping thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can you do that? What's it say on his ping?
Let's take a look. I gotta find his name. Oh, what's his name? It doesn't show their in-game name. It shows their whatever their name is currently.
Oh, it's something. Well, read out the names.
I will pass on doing that one.
Oh no.
Offlaner needs practice is one of them.
That could be mid one. Is that mid one?
Warrior Blast. I don't know. There's some names. I don't know. I can't tell which one he is. But who knows?
Okay.
It's getting late though, probably for him. We'd have to assume.
Well, did one of them not have significantly higher ping than the other players? Let's check that. Well, they don't. Because if they're all
I can't tell if they're players or if they're maybe like a person that's also inside the lobby. You know, so I don't want to say their names. Yeah, exactly. You know?
Ah, okay.
Boy, though.
Well, one thing I do know is he's playing from his computer.
This is very true.
Double-ch. Continue.
Yep,
17k.
Yeah, keeping them trapped inside the base still.
Secret just waiting.
Ooh.
Very hard for them. They want to wait until the fight's brought to them.
They gave Thompson a tome, so he wants to get that 25 strong dispel.
Oh, he's in. They do get the Yules off in time though. Mid-one's not going to quite fall, and now the counterplay. They're moving on to Zai. The dragon is dead. Over they go towards Nisha as well. Hexed in position. They're forcing to the side. Oh my God. Who was that?
That was Puppy.
Puppy with the force does allow Nisha to blink out. Still though, OG, 1 kill on the DK is all they need to step up, start hitting away at these barracks. The fortification comes out, Nisha's in with the Hex, they're forced out of the control to safety. Saxa getting bashed, Matu trying to commit onto the target, but Sumail with the Hex turns around onto Matu. There'll be a buyback from Puppy, Puppy trying to chase, he wants Sumail, but Sumail, he's still got a BKB, he's still got the cheese, pots the BKB, they'll go over to Thompson, but Thompson, he's just life stealing back up. Matu's got to escape, he's got no BKB, no enrage, the Sonic Wave pushes them back, but it's not enough damage to kill any off. Hex out onto Thompson, another 4-star, saves Thompson for now. Thompson's off to the side, and
bottom tower is under attack.
what the hell has happened?
What the hell's happening to Thompson?
Look at
them pinging him. They're like, Thompson, you alright, man?
He's gone full Papega. What's he doing?
He's still doing. I
hope they see. Do they see that? They do see that.
Mid animation or something. Look at him.
I don't know. This is a feature of the Quap Arcana. You just break heroes.
He's burning. That's the burning.
Dude,
right?
he's just sliding around.
Pretending to be dead.
Dude, this is the most laid-back troll I've ever seen.
I mean, that's the ultimate. That's the swag set right there.
Yeah, honestly, Thompson's like, look at this scrub on the enemy team buying all the levels to get the Quap Arcana. Meanwhile, I've got this troll set that nobody else has.
Well, let's hope that everybody can see that, because everything I talked about earlier about the Underlord's movement speed, by the way, the observer saw the right movement speed.
Oh, I guess we just sound like idiots. I mean, like normal. But no, don't worry. We see the preview monitor here. The beautiful viewers at home are also getting to enjoy this new style from Thompson, the laid-back troll. I like it. Now, could this be an advantage for Thompson? Is there any benefit of looking like this?
Maybe that's what happens when you hit level 25 now. You know, he hit level 25, he's got Battle Trench, strong Dispel, he's just chilling. He knows they can't chain disable him, he can just pop. Oh.
He's like, come at me. Come at me. Here we go. He's moving in. Nisha, silence. Gonna have to Yules up. He's still got a BKB. There's the jump forward. Mid-one tries the burst shot, but the BKB was instantly out from Nisha. Turns with the Hex onto the Sand King. Thompson pops the ult, beaten down to the bear. Matu's dead. He's got buyback available. May have to use it. He's gone for 100. Zai on the side, sprouted into the silence. There's the buyback from the Timberman. Thompson mantering, stepping away. They respect the buyback from the big old bear. Nisha getting the daggers out onto the whole team of them. As Thompson, we've got to remember, still has that Aegis. He's going to be handed over the Refresher Shard. He's got that ready to pop, so he has a second round of the man to BKB and Satanic. There it is. Pots the Refresher Shard, pots the BKB, back on towards the racks. He goes and he's got it. The mid-racks is gone. Jump forward, Nisha in with the Hex. They burn him down low with the Breathe Fire, but again, the 4-star, the Glimmer Cape won't save him. They have the Sentry and the high ground vision for the Lucent Beam to come down. They're killing the once. Can they go for round 2? They're in. Abyssal Blade, mid-one, they're giving him the coverage, provides the Burrow Strike safety, giving the time for Thompson to pot the enrage, but Matu hits the bashes. The bashes are coming out. Thompson's winning it out, though. The heals. Mid-one again in with the Burrow Strike. Saxa dives in deep. He's trying to kick them, but Zai turns with the Dragon Tail onto Saxa. Puppy, he looks to help out Zai, but he can't help himself. Puppy is dead. Zai now the new focus. Mid-one in again with another stun. Sets up onto Zai. The DK is down. Nisha rolled upon. Sumail's in TPs with the Hex. Nisha buys back straight away. The Fear, the Sonic Wave pushes back the 4. They do have the Hex onto Sumail. Thompson trying to man up against Nisha. Another dagger out, but Nisha silence. Pots the heals. He's still got a BK. BKB back online. Nisha pops the BKB into the fear. It sends back all three of them. Jumps over. Sax is dead. There's two gone on the side of OG. Can they get more? They can't. Matu is dead and gone. That's a dieback on the Ursa. Nisha also out of the game for 2 minutes as GG is called. This game is over and we're going to a game 3 as OG take game 2.
Awesome to watch. The fights go between these two. Secret kind of getting trapped in their base there toward the end, but what a just constant battle this entire game was, really. Just both teams trying their best here, and OG overall with their faster kind of paced draft in this one really pressed the issue forward here, and I thought